All right, I told you guys we were going to do it. I did get back last night sometime, so I think I went to bed this morning around 3. I got up at like 10. So 7 hours of sleep, not too bad for 30 hours of work. I got to pull the whole front end off. I'm going to leave the bumper on and all that, but we're going to pull the condenser off, slide that out of the way. Intercooler, transcooler, I'm going to try to slide out of the way and actually clean it off while we're in there. I do not think that we're going to get this done tonight. Especially with RTV, so I got some red RTV that we're going to use. On top of that, I did get some OEM gaskets, but like I said, I want to let the RTV set and do this overnight because I don't want to have to do this again for a while. We have an OEM Cummins gasket. They recommend, you guys will see right here, we need to watch this little O-ring piece here. And because there should realistically be a bolt in the middle, and there's not. So sometimes this gasket likes to push out. So if you glue it on with the RTV is the recommendation. You want to put RTV on everything, but not too much RTV, okay? We also got a front main seal with a wear sleeve and red RTV. Yeah, we have a new Cummins new front main seal. We're gonna get all that installed. We have another one of these. We're gonna get all these parts out, set them aside. Thor should be here tonight. He's coming with the Koya. Since we're not gonna get this done tonight, he's gonna take me home. I'll grab the Dakota and we will head to the gym in the Dakota. So like I said, we're gonna start tearing stuff apart. I got a nice clean bucket over here. So we're gonna use that to drain the coolant into. We are not replacing coolant at this time. We will do that down the road. There has been no leaks, no problems so far, but we are going to try to start doing little bits of maintenance. I don't think we're going to do it tonight, but at some point I would like to pull the injectors out and look at them just to see if there's like anything obvious, but we'll see. Maybe we'll tackle it tonight. I don't know. I went and got dowels. So I got 5 of these, way too long dowels, but they are a 1/2 inch as recommended. So we can cut them down if we make any mistakes. We have plenty of them, so we'll never have to worry about that again. So we got the intercooler out. We got the AC condenser. Oh, yeah, you're good, Josh. Hold on. Yeah, this AC condenser has seen better days. Josh might try to straighten that for me.
I'll get my hammer.
Josh is doing Sequoia work tonight. I didn't notice in the last video, if you guys watched the end of the last video, I saw this in the camera afterward, like as I was editing it, and I'm just like, oh, it's definitely not a valve cover issue. Definitely have some front case seepage. Like you can see it's leaking all there, so we're going to take care of all that. It's blowing oil all over there. There's that. So we're going to get this, definitely need to get the trans cooler cleaned. You guys wonder why the shit overheats. Like, we'll take care of that. Since we're not in a hurry to get this all done tonight, I can take my time. What is that?
It's all pretty, isn't it?
Oh, wow, it's nice and pretty.
Yeah, it's got all new parts in that piece of shit.
Wow, you should be filming this. If you have bolts that don't want to come off and you just have a ratchet,
they turn though.
I did that twice and it successed twice. Let me get this guy off here and then I'll...
Come on, being a bitch.
Rust.
I can't believe how quickly you edited that video and had it up.
Alright, coolant is out. Did kind of make a little mess. Radiator's over there. This bucket was clean. So there's the importance of changing your coolant out. I guess we might actually end up replacing it. I don't know yet. Or we might just filter that before we throw it back in. But that was a perfectly clean bucket. So worst case scenario, we just filter it. Had to take the box out. So now we're going to get the clutch fan off. So there's a connector right there. And then also we got to take that 10mm bolt off the back. Do it again. Now open it again. It still squeaks.
That's the sound of it pulling against.
What did you spray on it?
You can see it flex. Oh, this shit.
Powerful rust and corrosion protection.
Yeah.
Also, tell me this wasn't about ready to fall off and fly into my fan.
Sporty.
Don't buy trucks sight unseen. It'll be fine. I've spent like the last 30 minutes trying to get this fan off, and yeah. No, it has not. I've been helping you, and I've been standing by the heater because it's like it's 37 degrees in here, and I forgot my Whistling Diesel sweatshirt.
Is it 37?
Yeah, it was 37. Yeah, that's why it was so cold. It's brisk in here, but we got the snap-on air chisel. So he came down. He gave me the proper air chisel tool. I thought he took it with him when he got his job, but Yeah, so we're trying. It's either slipping or we got to keep soaking it because it's not really playing all that well. So the other thing I noticed is this was not standing there. He just kind of threw that up there and or like threw that down in there. That's why this thing was freaking out. Yeah, that was a good feeling. Yeah. Got it.
She gave me a burning hand. She couldn't do it.
Got it. All right, so I'm gonna take this off a while. It looks like, so they are on. I had to put a bolt in this one because this one was all but falling off. You guys, that crank sensor. I have a spare in case that ever fails, but that shouldn't look like that. Now that that's all off and everything, we can get to testing everything, you know. Make sure everything's good. That feels good. That feels good. That feels good. Everything physically feels good, so we don't have to worry about replacing anything while we're in here. But like, look at all that back there. Let me turn this on. You can see that right there is probably where we're getting the majority of our leak. Don't think we're gonna get the camshaft out tonight, but now that the hard part's done, like everything else is physically easy here. We have, this is ready to come off. I'm gonna grab my little screwdriver so we can get back behind there. Make sure we got every bolt out. We got the power steering pump set aside. There we go. Use that broken free. I can pull that off. Here you go. I'd say that cam's a little, or that crank's a little worn. We'll throw this over here. Do we think it was leaking? Huh. Gee. Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, you can see right there's a big one. Right there's a good spot. That shouldn't be oil. There shouldn't be oil along any of this. So we're gonna get this all cleaned up, but gotta pull the cam, we gotta pull the oil cooler, and we'll leave the CP3 on here. We need to move that out of the way, take the lower 4 pan bolts off, we'll re-RTV it. Here's about, no, I turned the air compressor off.
I turned it on.
You bitch. It's too late to be making noise. You don't need the compressor on. So here's where we're at. We got the oil pump out. Everything looks pretty good in here. So I just gotta turn the engine over, get both the cam retainer bolts out. We gotta pull the valve cover off, make our dowels so that we do not drop anything. So I got my ratchet stuck. So ratchet strap it is. It's always annoying. What's it like to be useless?
Shut the fuck up. Fucking garbage.
All right, so you guys can see, you know, how nicely all of these move. It's supposed to move nice and free. They all do, minus that one. But I'm gonna show you. They all move nice and free. None of them are frozen. But then this one particular rocker that is seized. And if I take this in here, like, there's a lot of pressure in there. Like, it physically needs... We're going to have to try to clean it up, and hopefully there's no scoring on this, but that is a problem. I cannot put that back in there like that. I told you guys we were going to do this, you know, quality stuff, rebuild stuff, you know, make it nice. I'm not going to throw it back in there broken, but... We'll get it fixed, get it taken care of. There is a little bit of scoring on it. Alright, so I'm not sure if you guys will be able to see it in there, but there is a little bit of scoring on specifically the bottom. And then on here, there is a little bit of scoring on this guy. So I'm going to do some research tonight and see if I can't get one of these locally. If not, we'll have to get this repaired. Yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world. It does still move. It still moves okay. But it is not up to the standards of this truck as well. The valve cover gasket is leaking. Somebody replaced this. And it's definitely leaking, but right here, rather than putting it in all the way, they only kind of half-assed put it in. So this thing is just wrecked. So I'm going to try to also get a valve cover gasket for it as well. So now we got to pull all the push rods out. All right, we got 5% on the phone left, so I'm going to record for you guys. There is a hole up on the top, so we're able to pull the push rods out from the back. Watch my phone die mid here, and then we can pull the push rods out. There we go. If I can, wrong hole. There we go, pull that out, intake. We're keeping them all 4% over here, and then yeah, we're gonna have them all stacked up nicely. So we got all the dowels made, and they're all in the up position, so we can pull the cam now. So now we will turn the motor over a little bit, and then yeah, we can get each one of them bolts out, the cam retainer bolts, and then we can pull the cam out. That'll be it for the night. All right, cam's coming out. We had a couple errors with these things, so still figuring them out, but it's coming out. I haven't heard any ting, 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 ting yet. And the reason you have to pull the cam is because the 3 bolts holding the case are right there, and then there's one. So this whole bar goes back there.
Oh, that's cool.
You can do that on yours too. Oh, you know what? We will have to pull this off. That sucks.
I'll get the Sawzall.
Oh, we do got a Sawzall it.
Do you?
I wonder if I can't just lift... Get the engine crane. I wonder if I can't just lift the motor enough.
That's a lot of lift, bud.
It's not that much.
I
I don't want to remove this, though, because I don't want to remove this until we actually have to remove the engine. So my thinking is there's a few ways you can do this. One, you can pull this off and cut one side, or Greg Albarala had the method where you actually pull the bolt from the bottom of the like the body mount bolt, and then you physically stretch this to pull this out. It's fucking cold in here. Whew.
I'm warm.
Yeah, so I have to remove this. That sucks. Which means I'd like to put this back in before I do that, because if we're going to be hitting and banging and shit, I don't want any chances of those dropping in here. So it is getting late, unfortunately. I would love to stay here and get this done, or not get it done, but like, you know, tear it down even more, because I like doing shit like this. So that's where we're going to leave it. I do need to cut this, and you know, then the crank can the cam can physically come back out. We're gonna call it good. Yeah, it's physically cold in here. What's this corner? It is 44 degrees in this corner, so getting a little sniffly from it. So I said we were gonna be out of here by like 9. It's 11 o'clock just about. So
Really?
yeah, it's almost 11. So I do want to let you guys know that we are going to try, because you guys like the content so much, I'm going to try to do a power only every single Monday. Now, the thing that's going to stop us from doing that, one, it has to be a close enough trip that I can leave Monday and be back Tuesday night, okay? That's my stipulations. Now, if I get one out, one back, that's a little different. You know, the logbooks, you got to play with them a little different. I physically am ELD exempt because I run less than 8 days out of the month. In 28 days, I mean, I probably ran for a total of like, because I'll run a load and then I'll just come home. Like, when I'm coming home, the truck's under 9,000 pounds, and the truck is physically registered at 9,000 pounds. I have not done the 26,000 pound thing. Honestly, I've run cross country with the 26K and the 9K. I've never had a DOT officer say anything about it, so the truck physically is registered at 9,000 pounds. Whether or not you think you have to run a logbook on the trip back, I don't know what to tell you guys on that. I don't know what the exemptions are and shit. I tried also cleaning my face off and stuff. That's pretty dirty. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm at the mercy of, one, we have direct customers, and two, we have the load board. If I find something really good on the load board, I generally start looking on Mondays. But we also have directs as well. So every now and again I get that direct. I'm like, yep, I'll take it. If not, we are looking for a load down to North Carolina, hopefully Monday. Once, obviously, this is done, I need to get valve cover gaskets and slowly chipping away on that rocker, which actually, I know it's not perfect. The goal is to get it going as well as possible. So I'm going to look around and see what the research is, if I can find an exhaust rocker. If not, I'm going to get that one cleaned up a little bit better. But it is moving smoothly now, but there is a little bit of scoring, so that I do not like. So every Monday, got to be back Tuesday night. We hit the gym Wednesday morning around 1, and then Thursday morning around 1. So that's kind of my stipulations. We either have to do it Monday into Tuesday, or we have to do it Thursday after the gym, which is very rare. You're never going to pick up early in the morning, and then I have to be back by Friday night because I got to get my son around 3:30. So generally Monday is the perfect day, and then the rest of the time, shop work and other stuff. So if you guys are interested, feel free to bring your stuff. We are working on getting a shop. We have a location. Everything is dead set in place. We are just having an issue. I can't let anyone know any of the details about it because there is a chance that we could lose it if we give too much information out. But basically, the stipulation is there is tenants in there. They haven't paid the bill in 4 months. They're working on getting them out. But the other thing is this location, it's a 4-bay with a living quarters. The downside is, I guess they were using it as a pet rescue for some reason, but they have to do a rezoning, I guess is what they're calling it. So basically take it from one thing to another thing, and they are willing to pay for that. And I know in this area, it can cost upwards of like $50,000 to do it. Ask me how I know, because we actually got a quote for that when we had CP Towing, and we found a location, and it was a really good location, and they wanted us to pay $50,000. It was somewhere around like a ridiculous number to rezone, and that's just not going to happen. So we're going to call it that. Like I said, we're trying to be in sometime January, if not early February, but we're still going to have this location up. So we are back up. We are back open in business. Everything is good. So if you guys have anything, or you know anybody in the area that needs work done, shop rate is $95 an hour. Towing rate is $95 an hour plus the hook fee and all that stuff. So let me know. Someone mentioned that that seems a little ridiculous that the towing is $95 an hour, and it's like, for a car around here, a normal hook fee is $95 plus mileage. So if we're physically doing trucks and dualies at $95 an hour, like, you're saving a ton of money with us over having a medium duty wrecker come out, because just to move something like up the road 20-30 minutes, it's like they'll charge you $500-$600. So $95 an hour plus the hook fee is not that bad. If you're interested, go check out my website down below, and go check out Mudflap, link in the description as well. cpstevemiller.com. If you want to get a hold of me, go on there. Phone number's on there. You can send me an email. You can schedule appointments, all that shit. We will be getting the website updated probably sometime next month. And besides that, centralpalogistics@gmail.com. I will see you in the next video. In tomorrow's video, we will be getting this back together and working.